Hey, everybody. Once again, I am back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I was having a little hiccup with this doggone thing.
It's
Just
not
trying to get
showing.
this here straightened out.
Hold on,
It's not showing up.
it's not showing up yet. Give it a moment.
Okay.
It usually takes a moment.
Oh. What is it? This is on live.
There we go.
All right. Welcome back to another exciting, head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances.
Hold on.
Really?
Oh, we got Sam.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties from earlier because it was a bit of a hiccup with with my laptop, so I had to go to another device in order to upload the my live stream here. So now we can finally get started. And those who were here earlier, I'm still here, so come on back.
I haven't got back yet. I may have to go to the other one and be like, hey, switch to the new line.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. It's up.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. It may take them a minute.
And
to
we
do.
have sound here.
Yeah, there's sound. That's the first thing I checked.
Yeah. Boy.
All right.
Hope I still got the same people.
Are the other people still in the other live?
Haven't checked them. Doing a check.
Please do, because I saw a new person in there. I think her name was Tiffany.
Brittany, I think.
Oh,
you said.
Brittany. Yeah, Brittany.
Oh, somebody else is here. You're over there making a bunch of sick noise. Okay, there's two people in here.
Okay. That would be you and her. Apparently.
Wait, let me see. I'm gonna see if the other one is.
That other Tiffany, I'm also pissed.
The other one isn't even there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess after I deleted it, or shut it down, that's when it went out. It was canceled.
Okay, we got 3 people. Yay!
All right. Woohoo. Well.
Oh, we went back down to 2. Well, technical difficulties made things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it on the chat.
Yeah, I had to go to another platform in order to do this live chat. So I just want to say welcome back to Insane Disappearances once again. Tonight's episode is going to be about a hiker, a very avid hiker named Harold Drake. Man was 76 years old. He went missing on July 8th of 2015 in the Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park. Uh, he was born on September 3rd of 1938. And he hasn't been found since he went into that area to hike. Now, he went to a college called it was like Mattis Junior College. He taught high school math in 3 different schools, 3 different high schools. He was also active in weekly Bible study, so he was a man of God. He was really interested in photography. He also had his own darkroom. Now, this is something that I heard David Paulides talk about a lot, where a lot of photographers seem to go missing in national parks. Here's my thought, and you know how I get when I start thinking. if he had a camera and he was hiking, a lot of unknown beings that people don't know about, they actually reside in these areas where there's a lot of trees, in the forest. And it's a good area for them to be in to stay away from humans. He may have seen something, or others may have seen something that they were never meant to see, and that's how they always end up missing. Like the Stacey Harris case, she had her camera with her. They claim all she ever found was, yep, second time's the charm, exactly. All they ever found, they said that they only found her lens cap on the ground in this little, like a pathway of, it was an open pathway in between some a big old bushel of trees. But what I think, they found the camera and they kept it because she saw something that she wasn't supposed to see. Now, as far as Harold here, um, as far as that, like I said, he was really into the whole photography thing, so he always had his camera with him taking pictures.
Yeah, I think they said he took it everywhere he went.
Right, and I believe he took it with him to this trail that he was on. So I'm thinking, since they haven't found him within 9 years, he may have seen something that he wasn't supposed to see and probably took a photo of it, so they had to take him and his camera. This is just my personal opinion about that. So, I mean, like I said, it's been a long time. If he was in there like that and he had his camera and he went missing and they were never found, who knows? But actually, he spent about like 40 hours on this in the Sierra Club, to keep the trails up to date and safe. So he was very, very, very into hiking. He was very into keeping the trails looking good and safe for other, hikers who want to come and walk the trail. So he was heavily into the whole park thing.
He is making sure everything's clearly marked so nobody. So he's somebody who knows how to tell whether the trail is marked well or not.
Oh yeah. Now, for those of you who may have or may not have been in a national park or on a trail, they have these little markers. They look like these like stone, like I want to say stone like poles. They have these little like placards on it that tells you, I guess, where you are or what kind of terrain you're in. I've seen one in a park that I was walking in a few days ago when I was just out there to enjoy the warm air and the trees and all that stuff. So in certain areas, especially on the trail, they have these little little poles. They have these little like placards on, or I guess you could say like signs that they put on them so you'll know where you are. And that's what they mean by like markers. Now he had known. Let me see. Oh, he had no known medical conditions, so he was very healthy.
Which is interesting because I think he was like 76 years old, and I don't know any
75. Yeah, 76. Yeah. Me neither. I've never known any 76-year-old that was never constantly going to the hospital.
Yeah,
for something.
like blood pressure or blood sugar or other medical conditions that they have to take medication for. He didn't have any of that.
Oh yeah.
That's actually amazing.
Oh yeah. So he kept his health up. And I guess he had to do that in order to stay walking on those trails. Now, of course, I'm thinking that all the walking that he did was also helping his cardiovascular, so it probably helped his lungs and everything to keep it healthy. But as far as the other half, he probably ate well. He ate healthy, maybe. They didn't talk about that part, but I'm pretty sure
He was doing something right.
Oh,
For
yeah,
76 years
was.
old with no medical conditions. Yeah, he was doing something right.
Yeah, even David Politis was surprised about that. Now, he was, like I said, he was in very good shape. He hiked the Appalachian Trail as well as others. Like he hiked quite a bit of trails all over the country.
Especially the Appalachian Trail, that's rough terrain there.
Oh yeah, and a lot of things happen on the Appalachian Trail, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
they say don't ever walk it alone.
Oh yeah. So now he was also single, so he had plenty of time to do all of the hiking. He didn't have to worry about family saying, okay, when you coming home. I mean, I know he had family, but he didn't have an immediate family like the wife and children. So now on July 7th, he hiked with a good friend of his. His good friend was the kind of person that liked to hike very long trails. He liked the short ones. So if he got tired or whatever, he could sit down on a boulder or whatever, and rest his weary bones. But this guy, Harold, he was one that would trek on the longest trail ever, which comes to the part that really surprised me and David Politis. Just like another hiker that he talked about, he told his friend he's going to take, go on a long trail, and he'll be back later on that night. Now he had, his backpack with water. Like I think he had like a gallon of water with him and a bunch of snacks for him to eat. And he went on this main trail, which is called the Pine Ridge Trail or the Mount Manual Trail. And those were the only two places where he could have either went to or ended up at, or came out of. Now, the one thing that I've learned from all of this is that you never go on a hike without telling someone where you're going. And see, that's what he did. He just told his friend that he's going on a long hike and he'll be back later on that night. He never comes back. But we'll get to that part, in a bit. Now he didn't have a phone or a radio, so he couldn't contact anyone. And I can understand why, because if you're out there with a phone, the reception is very crappy. I've heard of a lot of situations where they be on the phone and it cuts in the middle of them talking or whatever, or you can't really get too much reception, especially if you're in an open area like that, out in the middle of nowhere. So it will probably be hard to pick up a signal. They would have to ping it off of a tower, but if you're out in the middle of nowhere, there's no towers around, so you have to hit a satellite.
I think they actually have satellite phones you can take places like that.
Which is the one that he didn't have.
Yeah.
So, David Politis talked about that all the time in the past. Now, let's see. Like I said, now on July 8th around 10 p.m., he had returned. So that's when Rangers and law enforcement went out to search for him. But the first thing they did when his friend reported him missing, they never mentioned his friend's name, so I guess that was to protect his identity. But law enforcement and the Rangers, they questioned him to find out what was he like. And he told him that he was the kind of person that would never just not come back. He was very trail wise, and he didn't take risks. So this incident is something that surprised everyone I could even think of, or they could think of. Now, like I said, that he was the kind of person that just wouldn't come back. So he was very reliable in those areas. Now, the trails are very well worn, and he was one of the ones that made sure of that, so that way you couldn't get lost. But yet, at the same time, stuff like this happens, apparently. Now, see, he was to hike out at least about 6 hours, and then hike back for about 6 hours. So that's 12 hours. He would have been out there, and he obviously has done that before. He hiked out for 6 hours and came back for however long he was going to be out there. But he was going to be out there for a full day and come back at night. And he just never returned. Now, just in case he was hurt, they had placards all over the place, like on the trees and everything, and they had paramedics on standby. If they were to ever found him. Now, the crazy part is, which happens a lot in these cases, is that no one saw the man leave, and no one saw him come back. They didn't see him in or out of the park or the trail. No one saw him, which is the part that really gets me, because if it's a place where people go into camp or walk the trails or hike or whatever, you would think you would be passing by someone, who's going in the opposite direction, but that did not happen, which is what makes it very hard for people to be found because no one has seen you, so they don't know where you were going. So let me see. Now there was also talk about in places like that there were weed growers and people who live off the grid out in these places like in national parks. But who's to say he met a tragic end with those people? You know, but that's just something that they put out there. Now it took them about 4 days to cover at least 100 miles worth of trail that they searched. And after those 4 days, they had to end the search because there was just nothing. They couldn't find anything at all. No clothing, no shoes, no clothes floated up on a log, which is part of the criteria and the profile points that the Hippolytus named. But like I said, it was called off, you know, after like 100 miles. Now, we're talking about 9 years later today, and he's either passed, you know, he may be dead or he may still be out there somewhere, but not out there in that particular part. He may be somewhere else, I don't know. But nothing has ever been found of him. No evidence of him being out there. The only thing that they ever found was his backpack, which had it didn't even have, like I said, a satellite phone, no maps, no nothing. I guess because he was always he was an avid hiker, so he didn't really need a map. He knew the terrain, you know, quite well.
Did they say where they found his backpack?
Yeah, they said that.
Hmm.
You know, they just said they found it.
Well, it doesn't make sense that he would leave his backpack.
Well, a lot of people leave things behind that you wouldn't think they would.
I mean, the only reason I could see him doing that was if he took it off to step off of trail to, you know, relieve himself in the trees.
Oh, yeah,
Some people do that.
true.
But someone who knows about trail markings and things like that, I don't think that even if they did that, they would get lost.
Yeah, I would think so too, but unfortunately, that's what happened here with this guy. Now, there was some more information about someone else too. His name was Arvin Nelson. This man was 51. The thing about him is that he disappeared on August 6th of 2014, which was 11 months. What is it? 15. He said 14. So I think he disappeared 11 months before Harold, because he disappeared in 2015. Now, he also was an avid hiker. And he was hiking to Big Sur, but you know, I think Harold, he was already on Big Sur, so he was already in the area. He was hiking to the area, and he was coming in from a different direction, and he also went missing as well. He was also, like I said, well experienced in hiking. No evidence of him has ever been found. So something's going on with that place. You know, people just vanishing without a trace.
Yeah, same area, years apart, but
Yeah.
same area.
Yeah, and the fact that they both was going to the same area, and I'm not sure. I don't think he said anything about him being a photographer, but I just know that this guy, like I said, going into the same area, and he pretty much just vanished just like Harold did. So, you know, the fact that they haven't found anything is almost like he just walked into oblivion, you know, to where nothing was left behind. You know, they didn't even find any a backpack. They didn't find anything, no guns, no nothing. So there's no telling what might have happened to him. But I just know that 9 years later, and Harold ain't been found. And I think it's pretty much the same with Arlen Nelson. You know, like I said, and you know, there was no age difference because Harold, he was 76, and Nelson and Arvin, he was 51. But still, you know, they were both elderly and they were avid hikers. You know.
Well, I think most people, when they hear older people, they're like, oh, they're frail and they're, you know.
Yeah.
But Harold was 76 years old and had no health conditions
at all.
none.
You know, and it might have been the same with Arvin too. He might have been very healthy for him to even go out there because it just and he was an avid hiker, so that means he's been doing it for years. You know, but obviously, no matter how much of a hiker you are, no matter how avid you are, no matter how healthy you are, if you go into the area and let's just say you love photography, you may end up catching an image of something you were never supposed to see or something that did not want to be found. So the thing for them to do is to make sure that they're never found by, I don't know, taking you away somehow. You know, there hasn't been any cases of that, but that is one of the things that I think of too. I mean, if there was no human element involved.
Well, if there was something out there that we didn't know about, we wouldn't know if it's happened before because we don't know about it.
Hey, that's true. We wouldn't know, you know. But when people come up missing in very mysterious ways, and then they vanish without a trace, and the only thing that's found is either a backpack, a gun that may be either shattered or just sitting there. There was one story where they said that they found a backpack laying up against a rock, like it was placed there. And I believe this is a story from one of his movies that he put out there. It was Mission 411, The Hunted, and he was a hunter, fairly young guy. Can't remember his name right now, but they said they found his boots in one area, and they found other stuff in another area that he.
Oh, was it the one who disappeared in the crazy mountains?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I was looking at the video today, but I can't remember the guy's name. But
well,
he like I said,
you go on a hunting trip in a place called the Crazies.
crazy shit happens
Yeah.
in the crazies. But this is for Brittany. I want to thank you for joining my channel, and sorry about the difficulties. So if you're still listening, come on back if you got any questions, because I saw that you said that you love my channel, so I love you too, and I appreciate you sticking with me with all the stuff that I had going on personally in my life. So if you're still watching the video, you want to chime in, say hello, let me know that you're still here, or anyone else. You know, I know like I said, it's been a while since I've actually done a video, so I know here's one thing that I realized. I forgot how tedious searching for different cases is, because you got to do all kinds of research. You got to make sure you jot the right stuff down. You got to get all the information right. You don't want to get wrong information. I used to do that all the time when I first started. That was like my main thing to do. I would search and write stuff down that I need to write down, and try to memorize everything I need to memorize. So when I did my videos, which weren't live at the time, but when I did my videos, I never had a problem, you know. But after being gone for I think maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe 7, maybe more.
Yeah, and trying to find right information sometimes can be difficult, because you might have one news source that says one thing and another news source that says something completely different. And then people add their own details, and then that just makes everything confusing.
Oh yeah, and the one thing I learned too is to never go on Wikipedia, because they have the ability to literally edit everything that gets put up.
Oh yeah, they
So I learned that the hard way, you know, because as I said in the video I did, which was an update on Madison Scott, I actually got a chance to chat with her mother, and she told me that I got a lot of things right, I got a lot of things wrong. Other than that, she really liked the video. So, you know, that's why I try to make sure that I don't trust certain platforms or trust things like 48 hours.
Wikipedia is not a reliable source. English teachers, yes,
No.
yes it is. That is absolutely true. It is
Oh, yeah.
not a reliable source.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah. So I just been trying my best. So if it takes a while for me to upload another video, that's why, because I'm looking for either some new cases, or just trying to get information on some of the oldest cases. Like the ones about little children that disappear in national parks. Like, as a matter of fact, there was one that I some information about a young boy. His name was Dennis Johnson. Uh, who I think not so much he reminded me of Dennis Martin, but he went missing in a national park. But I gotta see here, 'cause I was doing a lot of research on a lot of people. But let's see, yeah, here we go, Dennis Johnson. Now he was 8 years old. He vanished in Yellowstone on April 12th of 1966 during a family trip. So now him and his mother, father, and sister, they were picnicking at the Cascade, at the Cascade picnic area, just north of Canyon Junction, when he vanished around 1:30 p.m. Now before that, his sister wandered off, which is how all this got started. Um, but she was soon found shortly after. But how she was found, her brother realized that she wandered off and he couldn't find her. So he went back to his father and his mother and told them what happened. Um, told her what happened. So him and his father, they parted these ways and started searching for her. Here's the thing. He has been trained in that because of the hunting trips they used to go on. Now I want to just, keep everything together so I won't go off, get off track here. Like I said, yeah, Dennis was the one that alerted his family about her. So both him and his father went to go look for her, like I said. Um, and let me see. Now, see, that was the last time he was ever seen. After he went off to look for his sister, he just vanished without a trace. Now, his father said that he was taught basic wilderness survival skills and had outdoor experience from hunting trips, like I said. His father and park rangers participated in an extensive search of the camp and the surrounding areas for 2 weeks, but he was never found. So
why are we bringing Cocaine Bear into this?
Cocaine Bear. Really?
Yes, she said 4 nations lived in harmony. Then the Cocaine Bear attacked.
Anyway, so that's my moderator being funny. So, but anyway, but yeah, so like I said, whenever these things happen and there's no evidence of a person being found, there is no logic to any of this at all whatsoever.
It's kind of funny. You said he noticed his sister was gone, and they started looking for her. And then they find her, but then he vanishes. It's almost like he exchanged himself for his sister.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. But yeah.
Like, take me, leave her be.
Yeah. So I mean, that might have been what it was. He exchanged his life for hers. She may have seen something that she wasn't supposed to see, and yet she was. I don't know how old she was, but I think she was either the oldest and he was the youngest. I think so. But if she saw something she wasn't supposed to see, and he went to look for her, maybe whoever had her said, "Okay, I got to take somebody, so she can go, but you have to stay." So
I mean, this what it sounds. It kind of sounds like that. Like,
yeah,
she disappears. They find her, then he disappears. He's gone. That sounds like there was like an exchange that happened.
yeah. So
like, take me and leave her.
yeah. So I mean, there's a lot to be said about these cases, but they're so spooky and unknown. Nobody wants to touch them. But the thing is, you have to at some point go outside of what you already know in order to figure these things out. Because if you keep trying to work things out in your head as far as what could be causing it, parents want to believe that it was some predator in the park or a killer who was hiding out in the forest, but none of these killings or none of these disappearances have a human element. Even the ones that
Yeah, there's like people disappear too quickly, like literally just within seconds.
yeah,
They go around a bend and they're just gone.
yeah. Like let's take
Yogi Bear, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Cocaine
anyway. Let's take Dio Koontz for instance. He was with his grandfather, and he said, and I quote, "I turned around, and when I turned back, he was gone within just a second. A second, people, just a second." So when they started saying stuff like, "Oh, it was probably a bear that dragged him off or whatever," okay, first of all, bears make noise, and so does a body if it's being dragged off.
See, that's what I've never understood. There's no sound. And I don't know about you, but if I'm being attacked by an animal, I would like to think that I'm going to be screaming and fighting and doing all kinds of, help.
Yeah, you gonna be kicking and screaming all the time.
Doing everything you can to get away. I mean, what do they just lay back and just like, okay?
Now, unless that bear was able to use his paw to cover up the kid's mouth and then just drag him off into,
Yeah, that
into
makes
the
sense.
woods.
Well, when it comes to, then that's not a bear. That's
Exactly.
not a bear. That's
A
something
werebear.
pretending to be a bear.
Yeah.
But
It wouldn't be. Well, it would. I don't think a werebear would do that
no, I don't think it would either.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't have that human element.
though. No, it doesn't.
There's no, and if you've ever seen like, you would be able to tell if there was like, an animal had attacked somebody. There would be a very large sign of that.
Yeah.
Blood. And
Exactly. Blood being
side-
the main
the ground
component.
would be disturbed, that you would be able to tell.
You can see dragging marks.
Yeah.
Of a kid being dragged off. And then, like I said, if you hear whatever kind of noise a bear makes, you're gonna hear it walking up, and then just grab the child and just drag it off with his teeth. Who knows? But how are you gonna not believe what the grandfather said just because you would never believe something like that? If you experienced it, that means it actually happened.
People don't believe because they would rather believe that they did something to him than to think there might be something out there that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Now, I would rather believe there's something out there that we don't understand than it just instead of me believing.
Yeah, I would
Tip-
much rather believe that there's something out there that we don't know about yet or that we don't understand than, parents or grandfather or whatever,
Yeah.
a child. That.
Now, I do understand when it comes to the parents, they just want to bring their sibling home or their family member home or whatever. I get that. But for you to completely ignore the strangeness of that person's vanishing or their disappearance just because, I want to know the truth. I don't want you to sit up there and just tell me bits and pieces and I just believe it just because I want, my child or my family member to return home. I want to know everything that happens. The problem with that is that you're asking the wrong people because they're not going to tell you. And the wrong people would be the National Park Service,
Yeah.
the Rangers, whoever. Now, see, the Rangers wouldn't tell you that because the National Park Service people, the higher ups, would probably put their foot up their butt if they tried to say
Oh
something.
yeah, I absolutely believe that those people know exactly what is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and for them to keep the truth away from the families.
I know there's been a few cases where the Rangers themselves have disappeared.
Oh yeah, like what was his name? The one with the glasses.
I can't think of, but I know there's cases where
Yeah.
the Rangers, people who should know the area, who work there on a daily basis, have disappeared.
I think I just got a message on here. Oh, yeah, that was J Case GT 500. Says thanks, bro. Good to see you. Hey man, glad you liked my video, but like I said, sorry for the inconvenience. So if you're watching still, I came back. I'm just on a different platform, but I'm still posting a new video. So if you're watching, come back through and and just let me know that you're here. Okay. So for all the ones that was on my last video, I done got myself uploaded again. So just I'm just glad you guys chimed in and welcomed me back. So I appreciate it. I really do. And I also want to send a shout out to all my beautiful fans because you guys kept me going for a lot of years, and you watched all my videos. You told your friends about me. I got new subscribers. I'm like up to about 4,000 and some change. So I just want to say I love all you guys, and I will continue to make sure that I bring you guys some of the best videos on here because the way I like to do my videos, I don't want to do my videos the way everybody else does. I want to add my own, I guess you could say my own view on what's happening. And if I know something strange, I'm not going to sit up here and say that maybe this, maybe that. Maybe there's a logical explanation. Maybe there's a human element. Looking at the evidence of the criteria or the profile points, there is no human element, and that's what I do. That's why my channel is so successful. It's because of all of you as well. You guys are the main reason why my channel is so successful, but also because I bring you theories that make you think. It may be a little spooky at first, but I like to open up minds. I like to open up eyes and let you and help you see what's really happening out there and what really could be causing all this. Now I know back then my wording may have been a little off because of what I either did or did not know. I knew a lot about a little and a little about a lot, and even now it's the same thing, but I still know a lot more than I did back then. So I want to and will continue to do my channel the same way with some added, people on here, my friends, and they will help me along the way with their own views about things as well, so even with my other videos, if it's not about missing people who go missing in national parks, it's gonna be about other paranormal situations, or non-humans or whatever. Because if you look at the profile on my page, it says not just insane disappearances, but the paranormal as well, and that is a large plethora of what is out there. Okay, it ain't just about people who vanish in national parks. Maybe there's an element to all of this when people disappear in national parks, and it could be connected to the paranormal part. So you're going to see videos about that too, not just about people who disappear in national parks. So, and I've noticed in the past when I talked about things, the views haven't been as high as the ones where I talk about people who disappear in national parks, which is okay. Which is okay.
Well, there has been some disappearances that seem like obviously something weird happened, like Kenny Beach.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Kenny
the
Beach.
N cave.
Oh yeah,
and
the N cave. Oh,
that the fact that the military bought up that entire area after he disappeared.
Oh yeah.
So now you can't go there because it's lumped in with Area 51.
Oh yeah.
It's military testing site now, but
Mhm.
he disappeared out there. I think they found his phone and some change and something at the bottom of a mine shaft.
Oh yeah.
But they never found him.
Now there was one video where they said that they could hear him screaming for help.
Yeah.
Now I don't know
I
how
don't
real
know
that
about
was.
that, but there's been, when he disappeared, searching for that in cave. That seemed weird to me.
Oh yeah, very weird. Sending him.
And the fact that the military bought it up after he disappeared, oh no, we can't have people coming out here. It's too close to Area 51. Now we gotta buy this area up and add it in. They post you can't go up there.
Oh yeah. You know, so I mean, with all of that stuff, I say all that to say this. Thank you so much for sticking with me for all this time, even after YouTube tried to fuck me over, saying that they didn't trust my browser when I was doing my videos without any lives, unless I had to do a live. So that left me out of commission for 7 to 8 years, and then of course, like I said in the beginning, my mom, she got sick, so I had to focus on her. And unfortunately, she passed away. In March. So I still wanted to come back strong. And so I did. Like I said, it's gonna take me a not a good little minute, but it's gonna take me a while to kind of get back on track with a lot of things. But that's why I'm glad I got help. They can help me with the cases and find certain ones that really pop with the topic at hand. Like missing people who go missing in the national park or vanish. And those are the ones I like to focus on. The ones that vanish, the ones that's creepy, the ones that's mysterious, you name it. That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on more. But as I said, it ain't going to be just about people who vanish in national parks, because my channel is also about the paranormal. If you watch my show from the very beginning, you know that I started off by talking about my, ghostly experiences and my UFO experiences. Of course, it was, picking up a little bit. But the moment I started talking about people who vanished from national parks, that was the topic at hand at that time, where everybody was getting into that. So, when I did that, it just blew up. So, once again, I just want to thank all of you for sticking it out with me and, making my channel as successful as it is today. And like I said, I will keep doing it and keep making great videos. So, but yeah, these cases really do freak me the fuck out. Because I mean, when they go missing and you can't find them, you have to know that there's no human element. Even the ones that end up in a body of water. How is it that they go in one direction when it's supposed to be going over here, and then next thing you know, poof, they're in a body of water?
Yeah.
Just
and
like
not just the national parks, other than there's the city cases too. Riley Strange.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
the fact that he had isopropyl alcohol in his system.
rubbing
Fact,
alcohol.
Yes, the fact that he was still in rigor when they found him, even though he should have already been out of that. So yeah, that means he wasn't
In the water.
He wasn't in the water very long. He wasn't deceased very long.
Yeah, he was icicle before all that. But no, when I say icicle, I mean the rigor mortis, where he was just like stiff.
Yeah, I think
so.
it takes like 48 to 72 hours for that to leave your system. So it should have already been long out of his system.
Yeah, so I mean, what is it that's happening? What is it that's doing it? We don't know, and that is the mystery of all mysteries. Are we gonna find out? I don't know, because I don't know. But if I do find out, I would love to tell you. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure there's a leash with that. Can't tell you everything as of just yet. There's a perfect moment for that to happen. It may be coming soon. I don't know.
I think some things are not our place to say.
Yes, it's not. That's where the whole free will thing comes in.
Non-humans, they exist. But
Yes.
if they want to reveal themselves, yeah, they'll reveal themselves.
Oh yeah. Now we can steer you away from Hollywood's version of what they are, who they are, and their feeding habits.
Yeah. Some of those are so wrong.
You definitely got to get away from what Hollywood says.
Yeah.
I mean, just because they have money to create great graphics with CGI doesn't mean that they're real, or doesn't mean that that's what they try to make reality fantasy and fantasy reality with high-tech technology. Doesn't help. And whatever knowledge you get when they say, "Oh, it's based off a true story."
Oh, they just change it. They tell you this is based off, but then they say some details and names may have been changed.
Yeah.
Okay, you just told us it was true. Now you're telling us you changed some details. So what's true and what's not?
Exactly. And then they want to say, "Oh, he claimed this or she claimed that." Why is it based off a true story? If you saying they claim, that means you don't believe them and you want everyone else to doubt
Yeah,
what
I
they're saying.
hate that.
I can't stand
I
that
hate
shit.
that when they say somebody claimed
Ugh.
this or claimed that. 'Cause that makes, when you say it like that, it makes you think, they said this, but we don't believe them.
It's
And
just
most likely when you hear the word claimed, you're going to automatically say, okay, yeah, right, sure. Uh,
these people just they get on my damn nerves. I don't even know why they even do it. It just doesn't make any sense. But wait, do we do like a link thing?
I don't think we need to do a link or anything.
Oh yeah, not right now. I mean, because I can't get it on my phone. I guess because it's my video and on my channel, so I can't see it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I had a link, that'd be one way for me to look at it. But
Well, did you send the link to the chat?
Yep.
Yeah.
oh, okay,
so-
that's why. Okay, I have to go to. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. See, that way I can see what's happening.
Not much. Chat's pretty dead right now.
Yeah.
Guys, come on now. Don't make the chat dead. I mean, yeah.
It's like 5 people in here.
Yeah, I mean, y'all came through, you know, and y'all was saying, hey, you know, look, I understand, like, there was, like I said, some technical difficulties. I hated that part. You know, I wasn't expecting it because I wanted to use my mic for the
Yeah,
first
that
time in years.
really sucked too, because you know, like, oh yeah, we got like this new setup, and then I'll have to figure out. what
I was
happened.
so angry. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not a big deal. So, but, yeah, man, this is gonna be, this is gonna be probably like the last part of it because you know we've been doing this for a good little while, you know, and the chat kind of went a little dead, you know, all because of what happened with the sound and everything.
Do
My
we need to take lightning to the chat to wake it up like Frankenstein?
mic.
Maybe.
Yeah. So all the ones that was on the live from earlier, you know, shoot, it's kind of but it's all good though. I mean, they'll probably pop in because one person did pop in about 10 minutes ago, so I'm happy about that. But you know, Brittany, she kind of disappeared.
Oh, we're up to 6 people. Yay.
All right, yeah, but they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
Why aren't you people talking? Come on now, if there's 6 people in here, say something. Well, yes, hello to you, but I meant the other people.
Jake.
The people that we don't know. But hello, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. I really am. But still, I'm talking about the ones from other places, not the ones that we actually know. So, you know, but you know, still glad you're here. I really am. But I'm trying to
I love how she typed that like she was yelling from the abyss. Hello.
You're so funny. Okay, I can't even get at the chats because it's like.
Oh, it's doing that thing again.
Yeah, because like what it is that I can't get it to go to the page itself. Like it won't go to the YouTube page. And usually you can see the comments, but it won't pop up. But that's all right. That's cool. You know, it's no biggie. But yeah, oh boy, these cases is just a trip. But I think you know we covered a lot of stuff tonight,
Yeah.
and like I said, I truly apologize for earlier when I posted the video because when I exited the live stream on my laptop, it was still running for some
Yeah, it
reason.
kind of did like this weird freezing thing and stopped responding, and I don't know what the heck that was about.
Well, I got a really old laptop. I had that set up for like 15, 16 years,
Yes.
so it was actually coming apart. So I thought that I could you know do something with it, but even like I said, my microphone wasn't working. That kind of made me upset. You know, I mean, it only worked when I was using it for just a video I was recording without it being live, and then it would post. But you know, doing a live, that was my very first time doing a live show in a long time. You know, on my laptop, so it's been years. So I guess I mean it still works, but for some reason it didn't work with my laptop. So, but things have changed though. So without further ado, you know it's getting late, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably done started going to bed, which is the reason why a lot of them ain't on here. If you guys have any questions or you just want to comment with me, you know, hit me up in the comment section. I will definitely answer your comments just like I've always have with my other viewers. And shout out to the viewers that I haven't seen in a long time, the ones that I've been actually talking to and letting them know that I'm back. So if you're watching, hey, hey, hey. If you're not, hopefully you'll see it at some point. So, like I said, without further ado, aloha, mahalo, and hui ho. Peace out, brother, and peace out, wahine. I'll see you guys soon on the next video.